Hey everybody, it's 7-Minute Health Chat with Robin and Kim. Happy Wellness Wednesday. How are you, Kim?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you, Robin, except it's freezing cold here.
I know, is it ever going to warm up, ever?
I know. I
Oh,
hope
well,
so.
I'm not going to complain because it's going to stress me out. Just what we're going to talk about today. So this is Stress Awareness Month. And so Kim and I are going to talk to you guys about stress. And I'm going to start off and just talk to you about stress in my own experience. And in my own experience, I do get stressed sometimes for different reasons. But when I feel like I'm getting stressed, I know that it's time for me to practice what I preach, and that is to live in the moment.
Good
Because
advice.
when you live in the moment, you don't think about anything else but what's happening right now. Too many times, though, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, we think about what could happen in the future or what has happened in the past, and we dwell on it. That makes so much stress in our lives. I don't know. Kim, are you?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. And it's like, I try not to be a worrier. I think I used to be more of a worrier than I am now, because I realize I can't control everything. And you just gotta, let it go and breathe with it, instead of go with the flow instead of fight against it. But I mean, there's a lot of different things that stress us too, that we can't control. And that's why we got to kind of take a step back, and things happen to us or around us. And, we can't, we just have to control how we react around it, so to speak.
I am like laughing because I want everybody to know that Kim and I do not go on here and practice what we're going to talk about. We go off the cuff and we work off of each other. And she just said the very next thing I was going to say.
Oh, wow.
Honest to God, it's written right out of here, out of control. There are so many things, and you're so right. And if it's out of your control, what are you going to, I mean, there's nothing you can do but take a breath and just like go with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll finish up by saying, smile more. Smiling is so underrated. And guys, look around you. Look at the people that you run into. Like, okay, I'm going to say this, and I hope my physical therapist doesn't see me on here. I'm not friends on Facebook, but I've been doing physical therapy for the last several weeks. And my therapist is amazing that I work with, but I walk in there and the faces of the other therapists, they're like so stoic. And I'm like, what is happening? And I'm a person who was there and I was in pain. So give people smiles, because it can help not only you, but it can help them too, because they might be stressed about being in pain or nervous about doing something or going somewhere. So yeah.
A smile goes a long way. And I think a smile gives a lot of mileage of positivity. But let me ask you this. Are they still wearing masks when you go in?
Well, they're not now.
Oh,
they
okay.
Were. Our mask
nice.
thing, I thought Ohio went off like a week ago or something. It was very recent. It was just like this last week.
Well,
that they're
okay.
not
Well, so the medical facilities, because I thought they would still be wearing them, but that's okay. That's
good
to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well,
okay. And then the other thing is to do things that you enjoy. Like if you're doing something that is stressing you out, stop doing it. Give it to someone else. And I realize that we can't get rid of everything, but try to put yourself in situations where you don't have to stress. Do things that you enjoy. If you can't, write it down in a journal. I like journaling. I've journaled my whole time during my recovery here, and it's helped me immensely to write everything down, my feelings and like how it's going and whatever, so that I don't dwell on it and think about it and stress about it. Talk to people. Find your Kim, because it really helps.
Or find your Robin.
It helps to have someone to talk about. Or to talk to, and then, or a family member too. Avoid drugs and alcohol, which we've talked about that before. Kim and I have talked about, and then just recognize when you do need help and when you do feel overwhelmed and stressed. And that's all I got, Kim. What about you?
Yeah, and I
Oh,
just want to talk.
exercise, nutrition,
Oh,
leading. Make sure you eat healthy and exercise and get lots of sleep. No sleep is stressful. And Kim's
yes.
going to talk about nutrition and exercise a little deeper.
Yeah. And I think stress affects us in every area. And if you've heard the term wired and tired, instead of like, we want to be rest and digest mode instead of wired and tired all the time. So that happens when and wired and tired is when our cortisol levels are high. That's our stress hormone. And when we eat the wrong foods, like foods high in sugar, alcohol, processed foods, fast food, fried foods, anything that's pretty ultra processed, guy, I can't talk today.
Okay. Don't be stressed about it.
I know. Calm down. Take a deep breath. All that can increase our cortisol levels, which is our stress hormones. So that's why it's really important to eat well, to not eat the crappy stuff, but eat the whole foods like Robin was talking about, and the foods that are going to serve us, because we want our cortisol does not get along with insulin levels, which that raises our blood sugar, our insulin levels when we eat the crappy stuff. So those two hormones do not get along. So we want them to, yeah, exactly. They butt heads. And that's why there's a thing called stress belly. If you've heard of it, for women.
Would you guys like to see my stress belly?
We don't want to see your stress belly. You don't got one. Oh, look. Oh, so because stress belly is a real thing, and it's largely caused by stress. It goes right to your middle because all that anyway, there's a whole chemical process there that happens when we eat, when we stress and we eat foods that we should not be eating. So we really want to keep our blood sugar in balance, which will help, and plus to reduce our stress as much as we can. And, we get that through whole foods. We get it through the best foods that are going to feed us, our bodies the best way. Usually vegetables, clean proteins, fiber is really good. That's our friend. Fiber is your friend. And you really want to focus on just calming, getting yourself out of toxic environments or relationships. I know that can be harder than it sounds, especially if it's a family member.
Right.
But it just really helps to anything you can do to set those boundaries and to reduce your stress and focus on what is good for you. Because what is good for you, when you're your best self, then you're good for everybody else, all the people that need you.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know, and Kim and I do talk a lot about nutrition and how important it is, and fitness and how important it is. And it is, guys, seriously. Like, that was the first thing prior to my procedure that I had that they talked about. Like, I had to read a whole book about nutrition, and I'm like, well, I'm already doing this, which was good for me.
Yeah.
Because it does help you, but it helps you heal in more ways than one, Yeah.
Well, it sets you up for success too.
Yeah. And then were you going to talk about something about cardio? You did mention something
Yes.
about cardio.
So, and this is especially women in kind of a midlife thing that we should be focusing more on resistance training, weight training. Cardio, actually, too much cardio raises our cortisol levels. And so we don't want to go crazy with the cardio. We don't have to run marathons. We don't have to, go an hour on the treadmill or whatever machine you use, whatever. But you want to have shorter bouts of cardio. Cardio is still good, but you don't have to go crazy hard with the cardio. Focus on the resistance training. That really helps your metabolism. And it helps you just with your total function. We want to function well as we get older. We want to be able to do all the things we want to do. Pick up those grandkids, pick up the big case of water or whatever we need to pick up. So, it's really important. And yeah.
Yep. Thanks, Kim. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Wow, say that 10 times fast. And stay stress-free. And if
That's
you ever
right.
need to reach out, Kim and I are here. Ask us questions. And other than that, we will see you next week.
Happy Wellness Wednesday.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.